Playing in the midsize sedan market is not for the faint of heart these days.
Mid-size cars is a brutally competitive segment. It is the segment where fortunes are won or lost, especially with the new focus on fuel economy. And the tough competitors with the iconic nameplates are out there with great new product every few years.
With that in mind, the folks at Chevrolet submit the 2013 Chevy Malibu for the world's approval. That's right, this one's going to need a passport.
It will be sold in over 100 countries worldwide on 6 continents. It will compete with the best of the best all over the world.
At the press launch in Austin, Texas, Chevy shows off more curves this time around, and the improved aerodynamics alone account for an extra 2.5 miles per gallon. This is the gas-sipping Eco model. Let's say you're really digging the Camaro-inspired lines of the new Boo, and you just have to have one as soon as possible. That means you're going to be buying the Eco. The other models won't be available until later in 2012. The Eco gets GM's e-Assist powertrain. That means the 182 horsepower 4-cylinder gets help from a torque-rich 15-horse electric motor. It's water-cooled and mounted where the alternator normally goes. The 6-speed transmission is a second-generation design. Manual selection is up top here. Control electronics and a lithium-ion battery live in the trunk. If you're thinking this is like the light hybrid system in the outgoing Malibu, the Chevy engineers say, well, kinda, sort of.
From an architecture standpoint, it is a similar system. We transmit torque to the engine via the belt drive system, much like that first generation system did. However, every significant component aspect of the system has been significantly improved.
You'll experience e-Assist the most in stop-and-go city driving. Basically, when coasting or braking, you're charging the battery. Come to a complete stop, and the gas engine shuts down. Take your foot off the brake, and it smoothly restarts. The electric motor gives you a little oomph off the line. Essentially, it's seamless.
15 horsepower right at those low RPMs where the internal combustion engine is not at its strongest. The electric motor is at its strongest. It can provide a very sizable amount of assist.
Lots of torque.
Yes, lots of low-end torque.
The Eco Gauge lets you know if your right foot is too heavy for good fuel economy.
The harder thing to think about is even when I'm driving steady state on the highway.
It allows the gas engine to run more smoothly at low RPMs for a more refined feel. Keeps the transmission from hunting between gears, too.
The e-Assist system enabled us to push the engine to a much more efficient operating point. However, doing that puts the engine at a much lower, what we call torque reserve, meaning when you're asking for a little more, whether it's climbing a small grade, whether it's a small passing maneuver, you don't have a lot of power in reserve. But with the electric 15 horsepower that we have from the electric system, we now have that power in reserve, and we can operate the engine extremely efficiently, but still give you the performance that you want while you're on the highway.
Fortunately, Eco doesn't mean dull. There's decent power, and you'd probably never know what e-Assist is doing in the background unless calling up the power flow graphic. Your gas budget will notice. Chevy predicts an EPA rating of 26 city, 38 highway, similar to some compact cars. Driving dynamics are on the sporty side of mainstream, a good balance of comfort and confident cornering. Chevy's put an emphasis on keeping the cabin hushed. At highway speeds? Pretty darn quiet. I've driven luxury cars with more road noise than this. The rigid chassis is rich in high and ultra-high strength steel. Feels European, like it's carved out of a single ingot. What the driver sees the most of has been given a substantial upgrade. The wraparound cockpit gets soft touch materials with a rich look. Ice blue ambient lighting is artfully done. Knobs are silky smooth. Standard on the Eco is this screen. The MyLink interface can be customized to make phone and iPod use easy. Plus, there's apps like Pandora and Stitcher. A neat little trick that'll be used by a lot of people. I'd say it's a secret hiding place, but the cat's out of the bag now. It's not the only place to stash stuff. There's no shortage of cubbies in Malibu. Camaro drivers will recognize this. The parking brake is electric. Leather chairs get heat, plus keep my average-sized frame comfortable and in place during hard cornering. Keyless ignition will be available. Some competitors get full glass here, Malibu doesn't. There are 8 airbags at launch, including front knee units. Rear side impact bags will be added later. As you might imagine, the battery is going to steal some room from the trunk. It's on the small side of average. Undulations make it less useful, and the power pack keeps folding seats to a small pass-through. A couple things while I'm back here. It's nicely trimmed, even the deck lid. There's no spare. That's a trend in the industry. While it takes up space, the hinge operation is nicely done. Very smooth.
I'm in Austin, Texas. Unfortunately, Evil Twin couldn't afford the airfare. Jeez! Or should I say Malibu. Mom gave you airfare, didn't she? Let's get to the back seat. The outboard position's very comfortable.
Leg, knee, and foot room is not as generous as others in class. No power port either. There are plenty of places to put things, though. You might even lose stuff. Finally, there's enough headroom in the middle, but this tunnel is substantial for a front drive car.
All right, you are not sleeping in my room. Right. I'm already moved in. They think I'm you.
Let's touch on design since it's been heating up in the mid-size sedan market. Malibu keeps many familiar cues like the nose, but does a nice job of upgrading it all around. Yes, I do see some Camaro influence here. The C-pillar even has a touch of Audi A5 as well. There's a BMW bangled back end of sorts, a topic of discussion. It has nothing to do with aerodynamics, it's purely design. Frankly, I saw it as awkward in photos. In person, it's better, and it grew on me as we followed them around the Austin area. I'd like fold-away breakaway mirrors, though.
Well, I think we have to win the customer first in the showroom. They have to be attracted to the beautiful, muscular, athletic exterior of this car. But once they touch that door handle and slide into the car, the interior will sell them.
What's all this going to set a buyer back? Well, prices start at around $26,000. This particular car retails for $30 grand, though looks and feels more expensive. Having a hard time choosing a mid-size sedan? Your decision just got tougher. The 2013 Malibu joins the pack of top picks in this ultra-competitive segment. You all know what Malibu is going up against, right? Camry, Accord, Passat, Altima, Sonata, Optima, Fusion, the usual suspects. Everyone forgets about Kazashi. Many are new, others will be in 2012. If you're buying, it's a good time to pay close attention since there's loads of new product in the pipeline this year. We in the US think of Chevy as quintessentially American, but 60% of their sales now come from outside the country. Included in the top 10 markets are Russia, India, and Uzbekistan. That one's kind of a surprise. While the engines will vary from market to market, Malibu will look pretty much the same wherever it's sold.
That's my preview of the 2013 Chevy Malibu Eco here in Austin, Texas. Did you know that other than their music, Austin is also known for their bats? Who knew? Other than the people of Austin. Be a great place to launch a new Batmobile. Sorry. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.